The commander of the Libyan National Army, Khalifa Haftar, has recorded a video message in which he ordered his troops to advance on the capital, Tripoli. In Libya, reigning diarchy, the western part of the country is predominantly controlled by the Government of National Unity, east of the Parliament and Army of Haftarot. With God's help we can continue to go his own triumphant march, we continue our struggle. Today we, as promised, respond to the call of our people in Tripoli, while their patience has not disappeared. The statement says 75-year-old Field Marshal, published Thursday online. Haftar, supported by Russia and Egypt, adds in the video that the operation was a response to the demand of the Libyan people, to put an end to the power of the militants and terrorists in the city. The Field Marshal also called on Tripoli residents to lay down their arms and raise the white flag, ordered not to fire on civilians and foreigners. The Libyan National Army reported that it had established control over the city of Sermon, located just 60 kilometers from the Libyan capital. Now in Tripoli, where a few days to begin the conference with the participation of representatives of various political forces in Libya, is the Union Secretary General Antonio Guterres. He expressed concern about troop movements. In January 2017, the Haftar visited the Russian aircraft carrier, Admiral Kuznetsov, which went to the territorial waters of Libya, and held a video conference with the Minister of Defense of Russia Sergei Shoigu. Shoigu and Haftar held talks by video conference in early May of 2018, and in November last year, Libyan Field Marshal once again arrived in Moscow for talks with Russian Defense Minister. Russian media reported that the meeting was attended by the businessman Yevgeny Prigozhin, who is associated with the private military company of Wagner PX. In March, British newspaper The Telegraph reported that the Libyan National Army allegedly served hundreds of Russian soldiers PX. The Russian Foreign Ministry said then that such data is not owned. On Thursday, the representative of the Foreign Ministry of Russia, Maria Zakharova, said that Moscow hopes that the power scenario in Libya will not be applied. We believe that the crisis will be resolved through political and diplomatic efforts, and current efforts to this end for several years, she explained. Khalifa Haftar, more than 40 years, takes an active part in the political life of Libya. In 1969 he became a member of a military coup by Muammar Gaddafi. When Libya's uprising began, Haftar returned and led the rebels in the east of the country. In February 2014, he openly called on Libyans to speak out against the Islamists. According to him, the Islamists kidnapped and gave the weak institutions of a young democracy.